Well, the Icehogs run is over, as the Icehogs are eliminated in 3 games to the Texas Stars. The Hogs, really in this round, did not play so good, and they just looked like the better team got them. The lines were mismatched the entire time. The Stars came out with the better attack the entire game, and today the Hogs had some pressure and tried to get in this game, but it was pretty much done from the very start, as the Stars were able to get on the board just minutes into play. Tonight ends the season for both the Blackhawks and Icehogs organizations, as we already know the Icehogs season comes to an end in the playoffs. The Blackhawks season's been over for about a month now. So it's kind of sucks to see the Ice Hogs run come to an end short in the playoffs to the division winners in Texas. So let's look at the stats of the game, shall we? First period for shots on net, 9-11 for the Stars. In the second period, the Hogs came out to pepper Matt Murray, 7-2 in favor for the Hogs. And in the third period, 14-13 in favor for Rockford. Total shots on net, 30-26. Losing this game 4-2. The second goal for the Hogs coming too late. Very too late, with 16 seconds remaining in regulation time. And it came by Lucas Reichel. I will say that already. This was a rough game. The Hogs looked like they could have come out maybe getting some pucks past Matt Murray, but it didn't happen. And Soderblom had himself a little bit of a rough night in net. So let's look at the goals of the game, shall we? Because the Stars get on the board quick at 2:16 in the first period. Riley Demany scores his first of the playoffs, assisted by Glenson, and ready to make it a 1-0 game immediately into play. And right there, I could tell, could this be. This just looks like a team that looks like they are already, they're going to have a hard hole to climb out of, and giving up a goal this early makes it that way. So the Hogs were able to tie the game up, and it came 5 minutes later at 7-11 in the first period, scored by Michael Tepley. His second of the playoffs, assisted by Vlasic and Anderson, to get the Hogs on the board to tie the game up, to try and help the Hogs force a game 4. It doesn't happen, unfortunately, because for a few minutes later, the Stars were able to answer right back and take their lead back. At 12:01 in the first period, Nick Camarano scores his second of the playoffs, assisted by Tofi and Gardner, to make it 2-1 Texas. And that score kind of holds for a while into this play, because no goals happened in the second period, and no goals after this in the first period. The Hogs were trying to battle and tie the game up, but they just could not beat the netminder and Matt Murray. So we go into the second period. It was the Ice Hogs trying to throw the kitchen sink at Matt Murray, but couldn't get it into the net, and the Hogs have to go to that third period knowing their season's on the line, 20 minutes of play. They are just down by 1 goal. And well, it doesn't hold, because the Hogs come out, try to get an attack, but the Stars were able to get on the board twice and take a 1 goal lead and make a 3 goal lead pretty much in this game. In the third period, as the Hogs go into it, the Hogs knowing they have that 20 minutes left, but at 4:57 in the third period, Luosterainen scores his first of the playoffs, assisted by Barber, and that was when I knew, I think the season's done. the Hogs just looked like it seemed like the depression came in and knew the season's kind of coming to an end. And well, the Hogs kept trying to get something going, but they really didn't have the high quality chances. And then the Stars were gifted a late penalty and get on the power play. And well, Rhett Gardner scores his um second of the playoffs, assisted by Stanic and Luosterainen to make it a 4-1 game at 17-14 in regulation time. So there was the game. That's when you knew the game's over. The Hogs are going to have a hard time to tie it up in with 3 minutes of play left. And well, they get on the board with 16 seconds left in play, and it comes by number 27, Lucas Reichel. His first goal of the playoffs and first point of the playoffs, assisted by Rocco Grimaldi. And that's the how it goes. The Hogs get on the board with too late to say because Reichel had himself a poor playoff. He did. He only had 1 point all playoff, and it comes in the final 16 seconds of the season for the Hogs. So it was a rough game, and I want to hear what your thoughts were on tonight's action if you were able to watch it. And now we're on to the full off season for Blackhawks hockey, and we're just less than 5 days away from seeing if the Blackhawks could land Connor Bedard, knocking on wood right now, because that would be nice to see if we can get him. So, down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts are, and thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and most of all, the off season's here, and let's go Hawks.